This is what it looks like now. Andrew still has to go through and mow all of this.
As you can see, a lot of things have changed, so we'll be talking about each one individually. But we put the other clip right before this, and it is a night and day difference. It doesn't seem like we've done a lot of work, but when we look back, we sure have.
Hey everyone, my name's Alicia.
I'm Andrew.
And welcome to AA Homestead.
Today we're just going to show you kind of how we built this homestead in a year. It's been a lot of work, but let's start getting into what's happened here.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed on the homestead and for the better, and we're really excited to show you from when we first got here to what things look like now.
We had a big tire that was right here, and then this was all just overgrown, probably as tall as Alicia is.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff here, all kinds of weird things that we took out and got all this cleaned up, and we got our compost here. It looks a lot better.
Yeah, there was a lot of different little burn piles. There was different pieces of metal everywhere. There was a fire pit that had rocks around it, and that was noticeable. But with the lawn tractor I had to go really slow, and then I would run into something just nonstop. I kept hitting things with the deck. I'd have to move it, or it was just a hump of dirt, and it was a lot of work. But we've gotten this far, and we continue to keep moving on, and it's been exciting. So let's kind of show you around.
So we brought you a little closer to our lovely compost pile. I know it's not the Taj Mahal, but this is something simple that we threw together with a couple T-posts and pallets that were just laying around in the yard.
Yeah, the choice was either we just throw all this stuff out or we make this little spot to put it. And we just, been throwing things in there that we can, so it doesn't look pretty by any means, but hopefully we'll get this compost heating up before winter and do it correctly.
As you can see, we have a wood pile here.
Yep, it's just 3 plastic skids on the ground. They're 4 foot by 4 foot, I believe. Got them from work, so I just set them here. It's out in the open. It's easy for me to come over here, get some wood. Just have this super chintzy tarp. It's pretty thin, but it's doing the job for now. We do just throw up some T-posts around it, and I did put some field fencing. We had a lot of fencing up, especially here. It went all the way through the woods. So the reason I put the fencing around that was because I had an issue on our other stack where a windstorm came through, and it just knocked all of my wood over. And it caused me like 2 hours extra of work. So I said, I'm gonna just fence it in. This thing will probably sit here for another year, and we'll use the pile down there.
And that was another thing, strategically placing these wood piles so they do get good airflow and we have easy access to them for the winter.
Yeah, it may not be like as aesthetically pleasing to look out your kitchen window and just see a big green tarp, but
it's homesteading.
I'm doing it for practicality. I'm not trying to win an HOA contest. So
Absolutely.
So anyways, we'll move on to, I guess, the garden that looks like death at the moment.
Yeah. So this is our garden, and this is 37 by 120 feet, which is a pretty decent size. And you'll have to forgive how bad it looks. It is the end of the season right now. Everything is dying off, so it doesn't look as good as what it normally does. But this was all field here. We did have, like Andrew mentioned, a fence. We took that fence out, and this is where we decided to put our garden. And we really had to be careful where we decided where we put that, because the ground here, when it rains, tends to flood quite a bit. So we definitely took precautions in that. This spot, I think, is probably one of my favorites as of right now. It may change, but there wasn't really a whole lot up here. We had the previous owners left some pallets. There was some random wood up here. Got all of this cleaned out. We've got our pots up here. I've got my peas. And this right now is where we grow our garlic and our potatoes. We're probably gonna have to move things just because it is a little more shaded than what we expected. And we have our carrots, and I have my planters over there, which I absolutely love. I gotta clean the other one out and get that ready for winter, but I have those too. And then my carrots that I'm absolutely excited about. And for you guys, I'm actually gonna pull a carrot because I am so excited about these.
Let's see if we can try to get a better view.
Yeah.
Which one you pulling?
I think I'm gonna do one of these.
All right, go for it.
Ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably a nub.
Actually, it's not that bad.
Oh,
Look at that.
let's see. That's a lot of roots.
Yeah. I mean, of course, with growing in pots, you are limited on,
Yeah.
you know, the length and all that. But I mean,
You want to put it up to your forearm, maybe?
compared to, you know, size,
Yeah.
hand,
That's not bad.
I'm not complaining.
First time having success with carrots in the pots.
Yeah. We'll put that there for now, and then we'll come pick it up
And
later.
these are those towers that you built?
Yes,
with,
these are the towers that I built. I really like these. These are great, you know, if you want to do herbs or if you want to do any kind of, I've seen strawberries. I'm hoping next growing season I can get some strawberries in here. But yeah, I really like these.
Let's go see what else do we got.
All right.
So we're closer to the garage now. We're just off to the, I guess it'd be the north side of it. So we were just over there, not that far, maybe 15 yards. That's where all those pots were. Behind us, this was kind of a hill, and we had to get rid of some dirt that was over there. We'll show you that spot. We managed to get that, and we flattened this spot out. Behind me is a better view, I think, showing where all that field was. It does go back quite a ways. I'm not sure on how many acres this little open spot is here. We do have some more land over there that we could, if need be, open up into some more field or pasture. However, I'm trying to use that as my hunting space. So for now, we're trying to fill all this in. This here's the spot. All right, that was, yeah, Drewster the rooster. Anyways, this was the spot where we had that dirt hill that I mentioned that we used to flatten out over there. We also used it to flatten out some other spots, and then it was probably about this tall, I'd say.
Yeah.
But we had a good friend come over and help us out with a bobcat. He was a lifesaver.
Yes.
And we had some stumps taken out down there because we had to move a couple things. But you can see all this wood, and this has all just been stacked up. I've been pulling it up here with the tractor. There's some videos on that too if you're interested. And this all came from when the power company came through to cut the trees down on the power lines. They haven't been through in 40 years. They decided to come through like 6 months after we bought the place, so that was pretty cool. And this should be enough, hopefully, to assist along with that other wood pile you saw to get us through next winter, I'm hoping, so I don't have to cut more trees down back there. I do have some ash trees that are standing dead, and I'll probably be able to cut them down in this winter and get them hauled out.
Yeah, if we were to take anything from the property, we want to get this stuff that's already dead before we start taking any trees out.
Well, maybe you guys have an opinion, and maybe you want to give us a recommendation or an idea. So we have to find a spot to put a horseshoe pit that's 40 feet long. I was thinking here to down there, that's only 40 feet. Our entrance to the pond is right there, but then we obviously want to put apple trees in. But then do we just line the driveway down there? Now, of course, I've liked this to be like a unload station or a drop-off location for the wood. It's been super helpful. I'm real close to the barn. I can cut it up with the chainsaw, with the tractor, drop it off there, get everything split up. But at the same time, I'd like to be able to utilize this more. And I'll show you kind of the idea of where we might move the little drop-off location. Thanks to the power company, I now have a bit of a tract of land that needs to be utilized.
I think that's what makes it so tough about this spot, because it is such a good length of area that we have so many ideas of that what we want to do with it. It's really hard on deciding on everything just because it is a good piece.
Let's go down here and take a look at what the power company did for us, and we can thank them one more time.
Yeah. This is where the power company came through. You can see it is pretty much gone. I mean, it is gone at this point. There's really nothing left over here. It's a lot to take in how much they actually took out of here.
Now, what was that video that we did where we took the fencing down?
I think that was like when we
The
first moved in.
destruction of our property,
It might have
part
been
one or
that one.
something.
Yeah.
So that shows the other side and how thick the trees were in the woods, and It was a very thick area. So they just straight up cut all the way down that way. They're supposed to go 15 feet off of center. And this was also deemed a wetland, and they were supposed to come through on foot. And so, of course, I was quite surprised when a bunch of people showed up with their equipment to come through. I wasn't trying to just give them too hard of a time, so we came to an agreement to take as little as possible to maintain a privacy screen as much as we can. And so they came through and they did what they did, but this is the spot I was thinking about putting the drop-off location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could, because I see there's a stump there, so we could
Yeah.
kind of clean this up a little bit and make this the dump station, and that even might give us, you know, between the trees maybe, depending on how many we wanted. We still have to discuss all the fruit trees and then still have the logs down there.
And what do you guys think? This makes sense. My grandma recommended it, and I thought, you know what? It's a spot we can't do anything with.
I'm struggling with that quite a bit because I had a lot of plans and ideas that I wanted to do with this property, you know, with it being open, you know, the road's right there, but it's open. I thought, you know, it'd be perfect to plant all kinds of things, and I can't because, you know, you have to be so far from the power lines to be able to do that. Or like Andrew said, they'll come in and they'll take that out. And I don't want to put my money, hard work, and effort into something that they're just going to take out anyway.
We did manage to save one little pine tree over here.
Well, it still has to come down though.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll walk over here and we'll show you the other side.
Yeah. That's the pine tree that we have to take out before they come back in the 9-10 years that they're supposed to be out here. I suggested a Christmas tree, but as you can see, this is a quite large pine tree. We would literally have, what is that movie, Griswold?
Yeah, Clark Griswold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a Griswold moment. There'd be a squirrel in it and everything.
That would be a very epic Christmas.
I feel like it grew substantially since last year, though.
Yeah, I think it was half the size.
It sure seems that way.
We're coming up to the other side of the property where they came through and took out all those trees. And it is starting to grow back a little bit, some of the foliage, which is really nice. They did lay down, well, they ground up what they could, and they laid like wood chips to help stop growing the foliage. So it's quite drastic.
Yeah.
It's still shocking to come up here and see all of it gone. I mean, I can see the neighbor's house now.
Come around this way, or?
Yeah, we're walking up to the chicken coop now. This is the other side of the barn. That's Drewster likes to alert when anyone is nearby, so he may be very talkative for
Walls of
a
ground
minute.
cover for future use. Just
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
find a spot for them. And
Yeah, we haven't taken care of that yet.
yeah, this is where I've been splitting all my wood.
See all the ladies and the
The
gentlemen.
neighbor drove by. See, might stop. I don't know. We'll find out. Watch out, ladies.
Hi, everybody. I think is he gonna go?
Drewster? No, I don't know. I don't think so.
He's very,
Hey, bud.
he alerts. Even if I walk out of the house, he will, I don't know, crow, if you want to call it.
Okay, go ahead.
And then we do have we have
Oh,
one
man.
lady in a cage here. We had an issue with her. They were picking on her, and we put her back, and they're still kind of, so we're hoping that we can get her adjusted and back into
Yeah.
the flock.
So we introduced the chickens,
Mm-hmm.
and that went fine. But then, for some reason, one of the ladies kept getting picked on. So I decided that it was time to move her into the barn and isolate her in the event that she had some sort of illness. I didn't want the rest of the flock to get it, so we did that. And then we had another one that our rooster, he got so good in the back of the neck it drew a little bit of blood, so all the other chickens started pecking at it. So we took her and we put her in the barn, and they've been in there for weeks now. And we just put them back, and the same thing, they're just going after her. So my goal is to put her in the coop every night with them when they sleep. And then in the morning time, if she's in the coop, that means that she's scared or getting picked on. So I'll take her back out and I'll put her in the cage so everybody can be around, and I'm gonna try that for a week. If that doesn't work, then we have to move on to the next step, which is getting rid of her one way or the other, or she becomes our only free-range chicken until something happens. I think I got 11 earlier. This might be 13 for the day out of the 22.
We get about that a day, don't we?
It's been between 10 and 12, but you could see, I don't know if this is kind of the color of a normal egg, and then this is one of the Americanas. It's a pretty blue color.
Yeah,
I like it.
I do too.
And we get some pink one. We got one that lays monster eggs, double yolks, like every day. That poor chicken. Oh.
And you can see that we have a pretty sized, decent run, and we really had to figure out what we wanted to do with these guys because we have a lot of predators on our property. So the best thing for these chickens was to have a chicken run, and we actually expanded because we added to our flock.
We have double the amount of space than we need, or more than double, I should say. I did a lot of work on making sure this was as secure as possible. If something does get in, then I guess, you know, I did my best, and I'll make it even better for next time.
Yeah, and you can't see it, and I can probably do a close-up of the mesh that's on here. It's a, I don't know what size it is.
It's 1/2-inch hardware cloth, so if you get quarter inch hardware cloth, it's about, I think, 23 gauge. And then if you get 1/2-inch hardware cloth, it's 19 gauge, so you get a thicker wire with that one. She's like, stop it. Like, what are you doing to me? Stop doing that, hey.
They randomly do that.
Yeah.
This one will
Healthy.
not leave my boot alone. Hey, that's my ring.
What are you doing? Oh, this is the barn one, I think, because she just submitted to me. It was what she's doing.
Aw.
When she puts her wings out, that one in there, she'll put her wings out, and then she'll stomp her feet like that.
I love having chickens. Their own little personalities, and
Yeah.
it's hilarious to see them.
I know some people just don't really care. It's a chicken. They have no problem. Just like, nope, it's sick. Just get rid of it. But I spend a lot of time with them, and they're kind of cool. And I told Alicia when we got them that these ones could essentially be our pets because they are, see, she's just a sweet chicken.
Yeah, these are our, I know they're animals, but these are our pets. We intend on having these chickens until, you know, they pass on. Come here. You ready?
All right, you can try. We'll see what they do. Some of them followed you.
Good. Usually they do. Hi. That's funny.
Rooster.
Can I?
That one's a pretty rooster there.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, originally was Paula.
Yeah, he started out as Paula because it was supposed to be a hen. We're like, wow, what pretty colors. And Alicia said it reminded her of Paula Dean. So Paula is now a Paul.
We'll get back out there. I know I love the chickens, so I could hang out here all day with them. So
Yep.
Let's move on.
Just a quick little update. You saw that it was kind of a mess over here. This is where we've been chopping all the wood, as I think we explained, but I spent a bunch of time cleaning this up because we have to take all that wood that we showed you and we're gonna stack it up here for the winter. That way it kind of dries out a little bit and it looks a little nicer. Like I say at the end of this video though, it's hard to make things look nice. When I did all this, I lost a lot of productivity. So taking the time to clean, sometimes, yeah, that's great, but you do lose some productivity. I was supposed to be doing some other things, so it took away from that. However, it does look really good for now. It's unfortunate I'm gonna mess it up again when I put all that other wood there, but we're gonna do it a little bit neater this time. That way I don't cause more work in the end. So that's kind of the end of the tour. I guess one thing, we got frost coming in, so yesterday we wanted to do some filming, but I ended up spending a bunch of time, well I should say we cut down all of the pepper plants, and then I was in the garage for 3 hours last night just trimming them off, and she's been busting her butt getting the canning done. If you haven't seen her canning videos, I strongly recommend. That's very helpful to anybody that's trying to learn how to can. We definitely noticed while making this video how much we've actually done. Now, in maybe watching it, it doesn't seem like we did a whole lot, but we both worked full-time jobs. I'm working probably 50 plus hours a week. She's working around there. We're both about an hour away from our jobs. We're not watching TV. We're out here busting our butts, and a lot of times I'm out here until 11, 12 o'clock at night with a flashlight working, and she's inside canning till 3, 4 in the morning. There's no shame in not being able to have everything perfect. That's an unrealistic expectation. Regardless, don't be ashamed if you can't get to everything, because if we were, it would be demoralizing to this life that we're doing, and it would really just tear you down if you were like, oh, well, I'm not getting enough done, and I always feel like that. And I forget to really look around and see that, no, you are, you're killing it. And that's exactly what we've been doing all year. So no matter what, we didn't get where we wanted to. There was supposed to be a lot more done, but we kicked butt in 2023, and yeah, I'm not ashamed of that. So we got more in store for the next year. Hopefully you'll stick around and see what that is.
Yeah, it's like Andrew said, it's been really tough because we throw out these videos and you don't see behind the scenes of what really goes on. And, you know, sometimes I have to push things to the side, dirty dishes. So don't let that deter you from you, like he said, you're not doing good enough. We struggle, and you just have to learn to live in the moment and enjoy what you're doing. And like Andrew said, now that we've been out here and we're going and seeing everything and all the canning that we've done, it's been a crazy but awesome year at the same time. And I'm so excited, even though we didn't get everything done that we wanted to do, there's always next year. And you know, maybe things may change next year and we might be able to get a little bit more done. But right now, I'm excited to be here with him and live in the moment and just live our dream. Yeah,
it's been worth it. It's definitely, I think, been eye-opening as well. Like I knew the amount of work this was going in. I just thought I'd get more done than I did. I had some plans to be ready for the spring of 24, and it didn't happen. So, you know, I got to listen to my own speech here and know that it's okay that didn't happen.
I want to thank you so much for joining us on this video. I was so excited to bring you out and show you everything that we have done on the homestead and this year in total. So we really appreciate you guys.
Yep, and if you guys learn anything from the videos, I highly encourage you subscribe, because we plan on putting out way more helpful content. As we do these videos, we're only going to get better at them, at least I hope. If we aren't, just lie to us and say we are. So yeah, we do put in some effort, so hopefully you'll stick around, and we'll be able to help you out as well as you help us. And yeah, it'll be a good time. So let's see what the rest of this year holds, and we'll go into next year. That doesn't mean we're done with videos this year. It's just the year in review video.
Yeah, we just wanted to take the time to show you guys what's going on, because we don't always show you everything of what we've done too. So it's nice to be able to do this and bring you around the property.
Yep, and if you've made it to this exact moment, then you truly care, and we really, really appreciate you. And God bless you, and I hope that you have a great week, day, whatever time you're watching this video. And hopefully the rest of the year blesses you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, take care.